Hey everyone, if you're ready to absolutely transform the way you study, you are in exactly the right place. Today's explainer is all about moving way past that basic surface level AI stuff and mastering true high performance academic workflows. The AI landscape has just matured so massively by 2026, and the real secret to crushing it academically isn't just knowing these tools exist, it's learning the true suitability of each tool for your exact needs. So we're going to break down exactly how you can test, evaluate, and stack these incredibly powerful, totally free platforms to build your own ultimate study system. Let's get into it.
I really want you to stop and think about this question for a second, because right now, using the wrong AI tool can actually hurt your grades. Seriously, if you're using a general language model to crunch complex math, or relying on some outdated chatbot for a heavily cited literature review, you are walking straight into a trap. You actually learn at tool suitability by seeing exactly where it breaks down. But when you actively test and match the exact right AI to your specific major and task, well, it becomes like a personal 24/7 tutor. It's literally the difference between just guessing and actually knowing.
All right, so here's our roadmap for today. 1. The 2026 Student AI Advantage. 2. Matching tools to academic tasks. 3. Selecting tools by subject. 4. Building powerful AI workflows. And 5. Using AI responsibly.
Kicking things off with Section 1, the 2026 Student AI Advantage. We really need to wrap our heads around the sheer scale of the productivity upgrade that's sitting right at your fingertips.
2 to 4 hours. Seriously, guys, that is the amount of time students are consistently telling us they save every single day by leveraging these tools. I mean, think about that. That's literally an entire extra night's sleep. Or, let's be real, time to finally catch up on your backlog of shows. And look, this isn't about skipping the hard work of learning. It's about eliminating the repetitive, low-value friction in your day. It's about letting AI summarize a dense 40-page reading so you can actually spend your time analyzing the core arguments, or having an AI instantly check your grammar so you can focus entirely on the structure of your essay. Now, you've got to understand the direct contrast here. A lot of students treat AI like a giant magic 8-ball, right? They just type a prompt into a general chatbot and cross their fingers that the answer is right. But the 2026 Advantage is all about actively learning the limits of specialized study AI. You've got to test which tools give you actual cited research, which ones handle specific computations, and which ones ground their facts in your actual syllabus. You are building a highly customized toolkit here, not just blindly using a generic search bar.
Which brings us perfectly to Section 2, matching tools to academic tasks. To truly learn the suitability of these platforms, you have to stop just picking whatever chatbot is currently trending on TikTok and start categorizing them by what they actually do.
Think of this framework as your ultimate cheat sheet for identifying friction points. When you hit a roadblock on an assignment, stop and look at the category. Struggling with a blank page? Well, that's a writing task, so you deploy ChatGPT to brainstorm and Grammarly to edit. Need rock-solid verifiable facts for a thesis? That's a research task. You don't ask a standard chatbot for that. You go to Perplexity for source citations or Notebook LM to analyze your PDFs. Stuck on a crazy difficult concept? That's a study helper task. You turn to Conmigo for step-by-step tutoring or Wolfram Alpha to check your math. And this functional matching goes even deeper into niche stuff too. Taking programming courses? GitHub Copilot's free student tier and Ask Cody provide pro-level coding assistance right there in your browser. Got a massive presentation due literally tomorrow? Tools like Gamma AI and Canva AI can rapidly spin up highly professional slide decks and visual diagrams from just a single prompt. I'm telling you, there is a specialized assistant for almost everything now. All right, let's hit Section 3, selecting tools by subject. Here is the absolute crucial point you need to take away. The suitability of these tools completely shifts depending on your major. What works flawlessly for an English major might be, well, completely useless for an engineering major.
Let's look at the STEM loadout first. If you're studying science, tech, engineering, or math, standard language models are actually a liability. They are notoriously bad at math. They just guess the next word. They don't actually calculate anything. That's exactly why your core tool must be Wolfram Alpha. It's a computation engine that provides verifiable, mathematically correct answers. You combine that with GitHub Copilot for your code and Google Colab for free GPU access when you're running heavy Python data science projects, and boom, you have a totally bulletproof technical workflow.
Now contrast that with the humanities toolkit. If you're a history or literature major, your entire world is reading, analyzing, and writing. So your primary engine becomes Perplexity AI, because every single answer it gives includes a direct link to a credible source. It is an absolute game changer for literature reviews. You use ChatGPT to map out your complex essay structures and then run your final draft through Grammarly to make sure your tone meets strict academic standards. And for all the business and economics students out there, it's a completely different ballgame yet again. You're going to need Google Gemini because its massive context window lets you just paste in entire industry reports for your market research. You pair that up with Notebook LM to tear through those 100-page Harvard case studies, and then you synthesize all those findings into a killer pitch deck using Gamma AI. See, 3 different majors, 3 completely different toolkits. Let's move right into Section 4, Building Powerful AI Workflows. Now that we understand which tools fit which tasks, we can finally unlock the true secret weapon of 2026, tool stacking. This 3-step sequence right here is the ultimate writing workflow. It proves, without a doubt, that stacking tools consistently produces vastly stronger academic results than just using one tool on its own. You don't just ask one AI to write a paper. You meticulously step through the process. Step 1, gather your cited factual evidence using Perplexity. Step 2, take those facts straight over to ChatGPT to logically build out your structural outline. Step 3, you write the actual essay yourself using that outline, and then use Grammarly for the final academic polish. That, my friends, is a professional-grade workflow. But listen, to truly learn how suitable an AI is for you, you need to shift your mindset to what we call the study group analogy. The most successful students today, they do not treat AI as an answer key. They treat it as a Socratic tutor. Tools like Conmigo are actually designed specifically not to give you the answer. Instead, they ask you follow-up questions to expose the gaps in your own knowledge. The only way you learn how to use AI effectively is by actively conversing with it, challenging it, and letting it challenge you right back to build genuine understanding. Okay, we must transition to our final part, Section 5, Using AI Responsibly. Because, obviously, with all this incredible power comes the absolute necessity of maintaining your academic integrity and protecting those hard-earned grades. You must memorize this exact term, AI hallucination. This is when an AI generates a completely fabricated piece of information, but it writes it with absolute unwavering confidence. If you blindly copy and paste, you aren't just going to look foolish. You're going to hand in a fake quote, a fake statistic, or a totally fake legal case that gets you an instant 0. Verifying your facts through your own coursework or using tools like Consensus is absolutely non-negotiable. And this brings us to the ultimate solution for hallucinations, knowing the difference between OpenSearch AI and grounded AI. An OpenSearch AI scrapes the entire internet, meaning it carries a massive risk of pulling in bad, totally irrelevant, or hallucinated sources. But a grounded AI, like Google's Notebook LM, it is entirely fenced in by you. It only has access to the syllabuses, lecture slides, and PDFs that you specifically upload. And the free tier lets you create up to 100 notebooks. It acts as a closed-loop system, giving you literally 0 hallucinated facts because it's only reading from your approved course materials. It's brilliant. There's a quote directly from the source material that perfectly nails this 2026 mindset. It says, "Use AI to aid understanding rather than replace your own thinking and writing." The ultimate goal of all these workflows, from Wolfram Alpha to Perplexity to Notebook LM, is to act as a bridge. The AI removes the busy work, it summarizes the noise, and it organizes the data. Why? To empower you to do the actual critical thinking and heavy academic lifting yourself. So I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. As you look at the workflows we built together today, ask yourself, are you just going to use AI to passively do your work, risking those hallucinations and stunting your own learning? Or will you actively test and master these customized toolkits to make your own work absolutely undeniable? The choice is entirely yours. And hey, the tools are completely free. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on this explainer. Now get out there, start building those workflows, and I'll see you next time.